Tulsa won the game 40-31. Up next for the Mustangs will be this Friday against Temple, the game we played at Ford Stadium, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call today. If you take a minute to tie up the game against Tulsa, please, and then tell us what you expect to see as you face Temple Friday.
Well, it came out strong, scored on our first two drives, and played really well defensively early on. And we gave up right before half, gave up a pick six, which gave them some momentum, and got the ball back, drove it down, scored to take the lead with about a minute and a half to go before half, and then we allowed them to quarterback to scramble and get loose down the sidelines on an easy throw, and they wound up scoring right before half to take the lead. And we just matched score for with them in the second half, and an explosive offense as they are, and you've got to be able to get a stop, and we did on the opening drive of the second half. We held them 3 and out, and unfortunately we muffed a punt, and they got the ball in the short end, and I was able to go in and score, and again, that's credit to them. We continue to just make some mistakes that are costly right now. We gave 14 points up with a pick six and a muff punt, and those things right now, with where we are in our program, we can't overcome those things. Unfortunately, I wish it got easier, but actually it gets extremely tougher. Playing a very, very good Temple team. As we all saw them on national television, they did a great job. Matt's done a wonderful job with those guys up there. It's one that we try to talk to our program, our team about. 2 years ago they were 2-10 and 6-6, and then they had game day, and so it just tells you what a phenomenal job that they're doing and their staff's doing, and we've definitely got our work cut out for us. But as I say each week, it's we've got to focus on the SMU Mustangs.
Take questions for Coach Morris, please. Star 1 on your telephone to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go to Dan Tortora of Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
I'm good.
To look at, defensively at this point, 40 or more points allowed in 6 of the 7 losses. I know you've talked about shifting some players and looking at red shirts and whatnot. How do you kind of view the system and the scheme that you're looking at right now, and who's really fitting into it leadership-wise going forward?
Well, we've got some guys that are really playing well. I say playing well. They're playing. It's not our effort. Our guys are playing exceptionally hard. What we do scheme-wise is proven, and it's right on track with what we want to do. We want to be aggressive. We got guys in space. We got to make some plays. Justin Lawler's been a guy that's played well for us this year. Andy McClanagan is another one that played really well last week. Zach Wood, and so and then David Johnson out at the corner. I thought he had his best game of the year. So again, I thought our defense played much better and has played better over the last couple of weeks. We just we're not there to where we can spot somebody 14 points. So when you start really looking at it, yes, we gave up 40 points, but 14 of those came off of a pick six and a muff punt.
And then looking offensively for you, the play of freshman wide receiver Cortland Sutton, 8 receptions, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns most recently. Just what you can say about his ability and how he's come on in a very, big role and being a youngster on the team.
Well, I think he's, there's no mistake. I mean, you're 8 games into this thing, and you are what you are. I mean, you're not surprising anybody, and he's one of our playmakers. I mean, he's our top playmaker, and I think the sky's the limit to how good he truly can be. He's just a redshirt freshman, and so there's some obviously some great things ahead for him. He's the thing he's learning right now is how to play consistent and more consistent than what he's been playing. And so, again, I've been pleased, obviously very pleased with the way he played Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
We'll go next to Mark Narducci of Philadelphia Inquirer.
Coach, there's a lot of talk on your defense, but you have had a lot of bright spots on offense. You just talked about one of them. Could you maybe name some other ones that have impressed you as, doing well?
Well, we're playing 21 to 23, 24 freshmen, and so it's you got a lot of young guys, that are playing. Our left tackle is playing really well right now, and Chad Pursley, he's having a good year, and just a young freshman that's unfortunately that he's just kind of thrown in there. I mean, and so. He's doing well. He's responding to the challenge. Our two running backs are playing well for freshmen. Xavier Jones and Braden West. Those are two guys that have played exceptionally well. Again, they're learning. They do make mistakes, and unfortunately, the mistakes that they make, at times it costs us. And but they are playing well and playing hard. And so again, we've got a lot of young guys that are having to be thrown into a role that we hope that in due time that it'll pay dividends.
Coach, were they thrown into that? Was that part of the plan, or is it just how it's happened?
Well, we knew we were going to have to play some freshmen this year. We did know that, and obviously you'd love to have your program to where you only play just a few elite guys. But we knew coming in with the depth chart and there was some areas in our team that were for whatever reason or another, through injuries or we had to medical some guys, that we were a little bit depleted, and so we knew that some freshmen were going to have to step in and play, but you'd love to have to where you don't have to, but that we're not there yet.
We'll go next to Shannon Green of Orlando Sentinel.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Shannon.
Coach Morris, UCF is in a similar situation as SMU in terms of playing a lot of young players. When you have that many freshmen, are there things that you have to do differently for these young kids in terms of how you coach them, how you engage them?
Well, there's no question. Absolutely. I mean, right now you're playing 21, 22 freshmen that, in high school, they're used to their season being almost over. And here we got a month left of it, and so just the mental grind of that, the mental grind of the wear and tear on their body, and so you have to encourage them. You have to understand, let them know that, hey, look, through this, we're only going to become stronger. You got to stay the course, and but again, at the end of the day, that's you're a Division I athlete, and you're learning some valuable lessons that they're going to pay. You got to be able to see the big picture, and that's what we talk about to them all the time.
And then also, in the midst of a losing season, obviously fans, they grow frustrated, as they are here as well. What things do you say to sort of keep the fan base calm? Do you feel a pressure to sort of sell a vision to them in this day and age of college football?
Well, I mean, obviously, there's no one who's going to put any more pressure on us than ourselves, and so it is disappointing, that we haven't had the year that we wanted to have. We've played, in my opinion, one of the toughest schedules in our conference, if not the toughest schedule. When you look at it, we're going to wind up playing probably 6 of our 12 teams are going to be top 20 opponents. When you do that and you're playing one of the best FCS teams in the country, so 7 of your 12 have been some of the tops in all of college football. And so when you look at that and you're taking over a team that went 1-11 and you're playing a lot of young guys, I mean you're going to have some down times, and it is what it is right now, and we stay strong, and you just let you guys know that, hey, we're all in this thing together. We started something, we're going to finish it, and we are getting better. This football team is getting better, but we're not good enough right now to overcome mistakes and be able to battle from behind to take advantage of some opportunities that you may get. But when you give other teams points, you turn the ball over 4 times. We're not there as a program, and to where we can overcome those things.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Coach, we thank you for your time this morning. We look forward to hearing from you again next Monday.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay.